disclaimer for the viewers. In this session, we are going to discuss formulation approaches. There are various approaches are there by which it is possible to prepare the transdermal drug delivery system or the transdermal patches. So let us see the formulation approaches. There are 4 approaches are there. Very first one, that is a adhesive dispersion control system. Second one, that is a membrane permeation control system. Third one, that is a matrix diffusion control system. And fourth one, that is a micro reservoir type controlled system. Already you are aware about the terms like matrix and the reservoir. So here we are not going to repeat the discussion on what is mean by the matrix and what is mean by the reservoir, isn't it? And what is mean by the membrane permeation. So there are total 4 approaches are there by which it is possible to get the transdermal patch. Very first one, that is a adhesive dispersion control system. Second one, that is a membrane permeation control system. Third one, that is a matrix diffusion control system. And fourth one, that is a micro reservoir type controlled system. So let us see one by one the formulation approaches. Very first approach, that is adhesion dispersion controlled system. Look at the figure. So it consists of drug impermeable backing layer. So here it's a backing layer, right? Then this one is the adhesive layer. Then this is the drug reservoir, and here it's a rate controlling membrane, right? So this is the basic design for the adhesive dispersion control system. So it consists of drug impermeable backing membrane, the drug reservoir, which is prepared by directly dispersing the drug in an adhesive polymer, and then spreading the medicated adhesive by solvent casting or hot melting on to a flat sheet of drug impermeable backing to form a thin reservoir layer. On the top of this layer, a non-medicated rate controlling adhesive polymer of a constant thickness is sprayed to produce an adhesive diffusion controlled drug delivery system with a detachable release liner, which is an ideal situation, is removed and the patch is applied to the skin for required period of time. The adhesive material must adhere with the skin over an extended period of time without sticking to a release liner and must be compatible with the drug. So in the case of adhesion dispersion controlled system, it is the simplified form of membrane moderated drug delivery system. It is prepared by directly dispersing the drug in an adhesive polymer and then spreading the medicated adhesive by solvent film casting method over a flat sheet of drug impermeable metallic or plastic backing membrane, and this forms a thin drug reservoir layer. Look at the figure. So here it's a drug impermeable metallic plastic membrane laminate or the membrane, isn't it? So it's a drug impermeable metallic plastic laminate. This is the adhesive layer. This is the drug reservoir, and here it's a rate controlling adhesive layer, and on below that there is a release liner. The example of the adhesion dispersion control system, that is the Deponit, that is a nitroglycerin patch for a once a day medication of angina pectoris. So this is the Deponit patch of the nitroglycerin for once a day medication of angina pectoris, right? So this is about the adhesion dispersion control system. The next approach, that is a matrix diffusion control system. The word matrix indicates that here we are preparing the matrix of a drug with the polymer, isn't it? That's why it is said to be the matrix diffusion control system. Look at the figure. Here it's a drug impermeable plastic laminate. This is the absorbent pad. Then here it's a occlusive base plate, which is made up of the aluminum foil disc. Then here it's a drug reservoir. Then this is the adhesive rim. So in the adhesive rim, we have to supposed to place this drug reservoir layer, isn't it? And then we have to supposed to place the occlusive base plate, then absorbent pad, and the drug impermeable plastic laminate. Look the inside. So here it's a view of the adhesive patch. This is a normal view, and this is a top view. So here at the core it's a drug reservoir. Then outside it's a adhesive rim, and in between the adhesive rim and the drug reservoir there is a occlusive base plate, which is made up of a aluminum foil disc. So the drug reservoir, it is prepared homogeneously by dispersing drug particles in a hydrophilic or lipophilic polymer matrix. So whatever the polymers which are using over here, it may be hydrophilic in nature or it may be hydrophobic in nature. Only thing is that we have to supposed to mix homogeneously the drug into the polymer. The resultant medicated polymer is then molded into the medicated disc with a defined surface area and the controlled thickness. That is very important. The dispersion of a drug in the polymer matrix can be done either homogeneously mixing the finely ground drug particles with a liquid polymer, or a highly viscous base polymer followed by a cross-linking of the polymer chains, or homogeneously blending the drug solids with a rubbery polymer at an elevated temperature and or under the vacuum. So the dispersion of drug particles in the polymer matrix can be done by either homogeneously mixing the finely ground drug particles with the liquid polymer, or a highly viscous base polymer followed by a cross-linking, that is a polymer cross-linking, or homogeneously blending drug solids with a rubbery polymer at an elevated temperature and or under the vacuum. The polymer disc which contains the drug reservoir is fixed onto an occlusive base plate in a compartment fabricated from a drug impermeable backing. So this is the drug impermeable backing laminate. Here there is a absorbent pad and this is the occlusive base plate in which we have to supposed to place the drug reservoir disc. The adhesive polymer is then sprayed to form a strip of rim along the medicated disc. So look at the figure here so as to you will understand the clearly. So here it's a last one, that is the drug impermeable plastic backing. This is the absorbent pad. This is the occlusive base plate and this is the adhesive rim, and here is a drug reservoir. So this is a design or approach for the matrix diffusion controlled system. So the adhesive polymer is then sprayed to form a strip of rim along the medicated disc. The advantage of matrix dispersion type transdermal system is the absence of dose dumping, since the polymer cannot rupture. There might be chances of dose dumping in the case of reservoir system because we are going to enclose the liquid into the membrane. The example of matrix diffusion control system, that is the Nitrodur. That is a nitroglycerin patch used for once a day medication of angina pectoris. So this is about the matrix diffusion controlled system. So the next approach, that is the membrane permeation controlled system. So in the case of membrane permeation controlled system, look at the figure. So here it's a drug impermeable plastic laminate. Then here it's a drug reservoir. This is the rate controlling membrane, and here it's a adhesive layer. So the drug reservoir is a totally embedded in the compartment, molded between a drug impermeable backing laminate and a rate controlling polymeric membrane. Right here, it's a rate controlling polymeric membrane. So the drug reservoir is a totally embedded in a compartment molded between a drug impermeable backing laminate and a rate controlling polymeric membrane. The drug molecules are permitted to release across the rate controlling membrane. So this is a rate controlling membrane simply by diffusion process through the pores. In the reservoir compartments, the drug solids, so this is the reservoir compartment. So in the reservoir compartments, the drug solids are dispersed homogeneously in a solid polymer matrix, for example, polyisobutylene, or it is suspended in the unleachable viscous liquid medium, for example, silicone fluid, to form a gel-like suspension, or dissolved in a releasable solvent, for example, alkyl alcohol, to form a gel-like in a solution. So the rate controlling membrane, so here it's a rate controlling membrane, can be either a microporous or a non-porous polymeric membrane, which is made up of a ethylene vinyl acetate copolymer with a specific drug permeability. So on the external surface of the polymeric membrane, so this is the, look at the figure, this is the drug reservoir. This is impermeable white layer is the impermeable backing layer, right? This is the impermeable backing layer. Then this is the rate controlling membrane. Here it's a drug reservoir, and this is the adhesive. Now you will understand the things. So on the external surface of the polymeric membrane, a thin layer of drug compatible adhesive polymer. So this is the adhesive layer, which is made up of the silicone adhesives, can be applied to provide intimate contact of PDDS system with the skin surface. The release rate from this type of transdermal drug delivery system can be tailored by varying the polymer composition, then permeability coefficient, and thickness of the rate controlling membrane and the adhesive layer. So by altering or by changing the thickness of the rate controlling membrane and the adhesive layer, it is possible to change the, or it is possible to modulate the release rate from the transdermal drug delivery system, along with by varying the polymer composition. The example of the membrane permeation controlled system is a transderm scope, and second example, transderm nitro. So these are the two examples. So in the case of transderm scope, it is a scopolamine 3-day protection of the motion sickness. It is used for the motion sickness, while the transderm nitro, it contains nitroglycerin for once-a-day medication of angina pectoris. So this is about the membrane permeation control system. So in the case of membrane control system, there are the total 4 compartments are there, or 4 layers are there. You can say the last layer here, it's adhesive layer. This is a rate controlling membrane. This is a reservoir, and here it's a impermeable backing layer. You should remember the figure so that it is possible to write the description by considering the images. I have tried to provide the 2 figures for each approach in order to it is possible for you to understand the design for the specific approach. Micro reservoir type controlled system. So here, this is the adhesive foam pad, which is made up of the flexible polyurethane. This is the occlusive base plate, maybe made up of the aluminum foil disc. This is the polymer matrix, isn't it? That is the microscopic drug reservoirs, and this is the adhesive rim. So see the normal view as well as the top view. So this system is a hybrid of reservoir and a matrix dispersion type of drug delivery system. Here we are utilizing the both approaches in the system, that is a reservoir as well as the matrix. The drug reservoir is formed by first suspending the drug in an aqueous solution of liquid polymer and then dispersing the drug suspension homogeneously in a lipophilic polymer, for example silicon elastomers, by high energy dispersion technique or by shear mechanical force to form a thousands of unreachable and microscopic spheres of drug reservoir. This technology has been utilized in the development of the nitro disc. So this is the example. The release of a drug from the micro reservoir type of system can follow either a partition control or a matrix diffusion control, depending upon the relative magnitude of solubility of the drug in the liquid compartment and in the polymer matrix. So this is the second figure. So look at the figure. So this is the adhesive foam pad. Then here it's a occlusive base plate. This is the adhesive rim. Then this is the microscopic drug reservoir, and this whole, it's a polymer matrix. The example of micro reservoir type control system, that is a nitro disc. So herewith we have finished the formulation approaches. So in this session we have discussed the adhesive dispersion control system, we have discussed the membrane permeation control system, we have discussed the matrix diffusion control system and micro reservoir type controlled system. So that's it about the formulation approaches.